Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany, starting off this episode with just some grape spraying. The grapes are ready to be sprayed again. The grapes have sprouted, so we're just going to do the white grapes to start off today. And then we're going to jump right over and start harvesting those potatoes to get those on in to start making some more potato chips because, well, that production building is not running currently, and I would like to get it up and going as soon as possible. And then after that, I think we're going to sell some more candy because I have found a slurry sprayer that I want to use. I was on the mod hub for a little while, just checking out all the slurry tankers that are on there, and I was trying to find one that fit everything I was looking for, which meant held a decent amount of slurry, had a decent amount of working with, and also did not break the bank. So it was kind of hard to find one, and I think I found one that will suit our needs here for the time being. So those white grapes are taken care of. Let's go take care of the other white grapes, and as I said, I'll take care of the red grapes. Well, when I say another time, it's probably got to be this month or... Wait, is it September or October? I already forgot for the grapes. Let me double check on that here. White grapes. Oh, they got to be this month, because white grapes and red grapes are going to be the same. When I say red grapes, it's the standard in-game grapes. So yeah, they got to be fertilized this month. But anyways, for this episode, we'll just take care of the white grapes anyways. Just a few passes, so I'm not going to be here too long. And I am taking care of the outside row. I don't know if I need to or not. It's kind of hard to tell. But I want to make sure I'm spraying on both sides of the vine, I guess, when I can. Got to make sure the grapes are near 100% for harvest because, as we know, we don't get a whole lot of them. So the more we get, the better. I mean, you can say that about any crop, honestly. But with the grapes, I'm just trying to make some profit off of these things, if we make any at all, as we go through the series here. Hard to believe that next month we'll be harvesting these grapes already. Seems like the years are flying by here in the hills of Tuscany. I'm not too sure why. It just seems like I just really kind of moved in here and... oh wait, what road do I need to be in? Yeah, it seems like I just moved in here and we're already on year 4. Cannot drive straight today. I'm actually recording this episode way earlier than usual. I'm trying to leave myself some time to do the ATS, American Truck Simulator. Nebraska has come out by now, by the time you've seen this. I'm trying to get a paint job done for the truck. And of course, I'm going to have an extra episode, at least for ATS on Friday. And, well, today, if you're watching it as well. So yeah, I'm trying to leave some time for that. So recording this episode way in advance. Alright, white grapes are done. Let's go park this over by the red grapes, and we'll, like I said, take care of those later on this month. But they better be done this month or else I lose the fertilization on them. Park it right here. Alright, that's good enough for now. Alright, so with those being done, yes, jump over to here, into Mark Thor's root crop harvester. We already got the add-on for the potatoes on there. And potatoes are going in. It gets a little rough right over here by the beehives. When I put the beehives down, they kind of terraform the ground a little bit. Am I going to get all the potatoes? Maybe not all of them, but enough of them. Enough of them. So the reason why we put the potatoes here and the sunflowers on the other side always will be here, well, we benefit from the bees a little bit. Not a whole lot. I've seen, I can't remember who it was. I saw their video. Maybe it was Disturb Simulation did it. Did a test on how much more yield they get from the beehives. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was something. And we need the beehives anyways to create honey for the candy shop. So if we're going to have beehives, might as well benefit a little bit more than just making honey. We'll benefit from getting more potatoes and more sunflowers. And as I said, once we get this field harvested and the potatoes into the factory and start producing, we'll go ahead and sell some more candy. I'm hoping selling the candy, because the peak price was about a month ago. We should have enough to be able to buy the slurry sprayer. Also down at the store still sits the trailer, the Beet Ninja, where I'll be using that for chopping up the sugar beet and putting that into the sugar production building. My quick math said to me that we will get more sugar by putting the sugar beet in as cut rather than just as plain old sugar beet. So, of course, more sugar means more candy. I think currently we'll still just put it all as one. The sugar factory is going through the product fast enough to where I don't need to have it separate. So basically, when we get to the sugar beet harvest, the sugar production should be done. So it'll be interesting to see when I put the cut sugar beet in there, because the ratio of cycles per month I think is lower than it is with regular sugar beet. We won't find out until next year. Basically, we'll have to check on the sugar production, and if it's not going through all the product that we're putting in there, then I'll have to put in mostly cut sugar beet and then maybe some regular sugar beet. But this year we should harvest more than we did last year, because we got a lot more fields, which means next year we'll have more product to sell, so the farm should make a whole lot more. This year has already been a good year for the farm, because I think we were maybe at $9.8 million of a loan, and now we got it down to like 9.1, or maybe it was like 9.6 million down to 9.1. By the end of this year, we should be at 9 million, maybe even a little less. We'll see. I mean, we're just barely starting to get in the veggies back into the production buildings, and I'll be selling those like every other month. We'll have the butter and cheese to sell here in a little while. But the big sell points is the clothing and also the candy. But we just sold the candy last month as a bulk. And of course the clothing is not until like April/May. And both of those, I think the clothing brought in like 300,000 and it should do better next year. And I think the candy brings in like 250 to almost 300. But then again, with the candy, like this year, I'm not selling it all in the prime month. We're going to be selling some candy the month after. But it's what we need to do. I mean, I could just go on and keep fertilizing the fields with artificial fertilizer that I pay for. But since we got all that slurry and manure, we got to start using it and benefit from it. The sooner the better. We were putting it into the BGA, but as we all know, the BGA just doesn't go through it fast enough. And we're going to be getting more cows. So the cows are reproducing. That means they're going to be making more slurry faster and faster. So yeah, we'll start using it more and more. And what I can do is I can actually take, I'm not sure if I can do this, because I don't think I've ever done it. Maybe I have. With the slurry sprayer, can I bring that to the BGA and unload slurry into there? I don't want to use, we only got one tanker currently for slurry. And yeah, the small BGA does not take a whole lot of slurry, so I'm tying up my tanker for too long. We'll have to see. If I can dump some slurry into the BGA, then I will. I definitely want to fertilize the potato field that we're harvesting here, and also the veggie field behind me. Well, that's what we're going to be trying to get to today. Already 72,000 liters of potatoes. We have another potato field, of course, to harvest later on, but getting this one field done today and getting that potato production up and running is what we want to do. We can get to the other potato field, I would assume next month as well. I think we get 2 months to harvest potatoes. And we got plenty of oil to get all the potatoes done, I assume. Now, last year we had canola and sunflower oil. We still have some canola oil left over. And of course we got tons of sunflower oil left over. We're going to get a whole lot more because we got sunflowers to harvest again this year. But once we run out of canola oil, I'm only going to have one production of potato chips, and that'll be with the sunflower oil. So it may not produce the potato chips as fast as it was before. Yeah, I should be able to harvest this entire field of potatoes into this combine. Not that it's a big deal. The potato chip factory is just right over there. So it's not like I got to go too far to unload. But we're getting closer to 100,000 liters. But I think I get maybe 175,000 liters off this field. Can't quite remember what it is, but I'm going to guess it's somewhere around there.
Heading to Vegas in my blue striped car. She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. Gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart.
Well, I was kind of close on 175,000 because we are approaching that right there. We got it. So, yeah, must be. I actually remember the number for once. Got a little bit more over here. Luckily, this thing does hold 250,000 liters. Of course, you can mod it up to, I think, 1 million. And I'm glad I got, I don't know if I put the biggest engine in here or not when I bought it. I probably did. So I knew hauling around 250,000 liters of product, I'm going to need the juice under the hood to get this thing moved around. Alright, let's turn that off. And we can actually just scoot right across the fields because there's no crop in there. And this can just go all into here. Alright, so while that's unloading, let's go right into the production building so I don't forget to turn both of them on. Like I said, I think I got some canola oil left over. Where's the not the candy, potato chips. So, yeah, we got a little canola oil left over. So let's go ahead and activate that. And we'll activate this as well. And yeah, we don't have olive oil. Maybe in the distant future we will, but that's going to be a very distant future. All right, so let's grab our truck here. And we'll go grab the candy. It's all going to the market stall. I know that much. I was checking on it to see how much I could get. And I think it'll be enough to get ourselves the slurry sprayer. Actually, I should probably call it a slurry spreader. That's mostly what it's going to be doing. Right, swing it wide to get into this gate. Don't have to swing as wide as I once did with a shorter chassis. This is working out rather well for me. Now we're just going to wait for it to start spawning. I think I need about 60 grand. It's a lot of candy it made in the last month. Now, I'm only going to sell as much as we need. I think I don't remember what I get for a trailer of candy. But I guess it all depends on the price and what I'm actually bringing, because I think we got 4 different variants of candy here. I think we got strawberry candy, honey candy, regular candy, and candy canes. Don't know if this convenience store likes me driving through here all the time. Hopefully I can get it all in the trigger in one go. Don't think I'm going to get up to $60,000 though. We're going to be just shy of it. Yep, just shy of it. That's alright. We got more candy, so let's go get it. Nope, I'm going right in front of you, white car. And you're going to probably try to pass me again when I cut into the candy shop. So another $10,000 worth would be good. Although it doesn't leave us much more money after that. I will have to sell some more probably next month. Because, yeah, we're going to own a lot on the leasing... the interest fees for our loan. Ooh, is that all the candy that we may have? May not be anymore. Nope, that is all the candy that we have. Alright. Well, let's hope that there's at least $7,000 in candy here. Well, there may not be. I mean, I suppose if I was in dire need of it, I could go sell some butter and cheese. Well, you know what? We really don't need to be slaying this, spreading these slurry today, this month. I was kind of hoping to have it done this episode. But sometimes things don't quite work out the way you sometimes plan it would. Oh, I know where my calculations are probably off on selling this stuff is because I went with what the max price would be instead of the current price. Yep, we are just shy. Yeah, just shy of being able to buy it. Well, that's fine. I mean, I would have sold the candy today anyways, because next month the price would be lower. Yeah, so what I was saying is, I think when I calculated just before I started recording, when I come on down here, I was adding up the prices over here, which is the max value at the max month instead of doing it at the current price. Yeah, so there's that. If I were to, where's the butter and cheese? Well, the price is getting better. You can see it's kind of like a yellowish color. We want the dark green color. The white color just means don't sell it at all. Not a good time. So, yeah, it looks like we have to wait another month before we can spray the slurry. But I will show you what slurry sprayer, or sorry, spreader, I should call it a spreader, that we're going to be getting. Like I said, there's a lot of options on the mod hub, but these are the ones that I've found that I'm going to get the best for the price. So if I scroll on down here, so there's two options, and the cheaper one is actually the one for the truck, but that's not the one we're going to get because our truck doesn't really have a great get up and go kind of a speed. So we're going to get the one that has articulated dolly on it, which is always fun. So basically, I think what I'm paying for is I'm buying the same tanker as over there, but I'm paying for the dolly as well. So it'll hold 24,000 liters of slurry, which is not that bad. only requires 200 horsepower, but here in the hills of Tuscany, I probably have to use a T8 to haul it around. And the working width is 18 meters, so it's not that bad. And as you can see, the price is 60. You know what I could do? Because is the dolly only like 9,000? Yeah, the dolly is only 9,000. So wouldn't that be cheaper? I mean, yes, it'd be $1,000 cheaper. And then I would have the option later on, if I were to get like another truck or something, I could use this setup. All right, so we'll at least get this set up right here. I won't get the dolly today. I mean, I could afford. Do I want to? Yep, we'll do it. So the only thing I really want to do is, like I said, you can't really change. The stats are all the same. I can't really change any of the capacity and working width. Do I want to leave the red chassis, or do I want to go with a gray-ish kind of chassis? It looks a little bland that way. I really don't like the red that much, but it gives it a little bit of color to it, which we kind of need, I think. So I think we'll leave everything like that as is. Let's go ahead and buy that. And now, let's go down to dollies. This is the one that comes in the pack, actually. Wait, is that compatible? I would think it would be, but let me just go ahead and... Oh, that's not where I need to be. Combinations. Oh, okay, so it is compatible with a dolly. All right. Just want to make sure that it was. Says it is. And nothing really to change here, so we're just going to go ahead and buy it. I mean, we could change some things, but nothing really. Wait, what kind of a rim color? Yeah, we'll just leave it. Just leave it as is. Let's go ahead and buy that as well. All right, where is... This leaves me pretty much broke. Here's the T8 right here. All right, let me get the forage wagon out of the cow barn. Does not need to be in there. All right, so I'm going to park this up. I'm going to go down to the store. And you know what? I'll pick everything up. And I'm going to meet you right back here. We'll be picking up the slurry. And we'll go spray one of the fields. Well, we only got 2 fields right now. But probably we'll stick to like the easiest field. Much easier than it is for me to back up this, trailer, apparently. Back at the farm, load up with some slurry. I'm going to try to back up to the BGA just to see if I can unload into the BGA. How close do I have to be to fill this up? Well, not that close. But backing this up with an articulated, well, it's on a dolly, so that's going to be fun for me. But as long as I get it close enough, we should be able to see if it unloads. Now, I know I asked a question, and is there a way to activate double application rate? That's what I wanted to see. That is what I want to do on the potato fields. The other fields, just going to put a single application down. Because we can fertilize with the planter. Depending on how much slurry I go through and how, you know, does it go through it fast? If it goes through it kind of slow, then maybe I'll put double application down. And then that way I don't have to use liquid fertilizer on the... oh, wow, this is going to be difficult for me. Yeah, I won't have to... Oh, I'm doing this all backwards. I'm so used to just watching the back of the trailer and trying to figure out which way it needs to go, but I'm getting it all wrong. Give me a moment. Well, it took me a little time to get back here, but I got it back here. And yes, it does say we'll take the slurry. Just want to put a little bit in just to see, make sure it went in. Let's go down here to the BGA. And if I go in here, it should say slurry 180. Perfect. So I can bring slurry there to be processed and make some money off of it that way. Just another way, because I mean, the only thing this tanker is going to take is slurry or digestate. Which, by the way, did I sell the digestate? No, we actually got digestate in there. Alright, so I can even use digestate as... So, I mean, that's one thing with Slurry. You can process Slurry at a BGA, make it into methane, energy, and digestate, and then you're getting fertilizer back anyways. So it's kind of interesting. Alright, so actually let's do the potato field. Alright, so I want to make sure I turn on activate double application rate. And now by turning this on here, oh, the TA is not liking the hill that much. And I'm probably using more Slurry. So remember when it said 200 horsepower required? I think the TA is a 438 horsepower engine in there. Alright, so this might be something for the Challenger next time. I'm not sure if the working speed, because I'm going slower than the working speed, I'm not sure if it's using more Slurry than it should. I don't know how it's actually calculated. I'm probably using more because I'm not going up to the speed that I can. I'm not even sure what the working speed is of this thing. We're about to find out because I'm about to go the other way and go downhill. Or maybe it could only be 5 miles an hour. Oh, it could be slow because I got it on double application rate. So does that slow down the working speed? It allows that Slurry to soak on in. Alright, so it wasn't that bad actually going uphill. We were doing 4, so yeah, it was slowing down some. But as you can see, we're going downhill. I got the pedal to the floor. And we're only doing 5. So when I go to plant potatoes next year, I won't have to worry about coming in here and putting down fertilizer. Now another thing I thought about doing, depending how fast we go through the Slurry down here, I thought about getting like a maybe a pit down here or something that I could transfer the Slurry from the cow barn to here, depending how fast we go through it. Because as you can see, I'm not even going to get a headland done, and we're going to be out of Slurry. I guess I could use our water tanker and bring that down. That will hold 62,000 liters, which would be almost like 3 tanker loads here. So I could do something like that with it. So basically use our truck, go up, get 62,000 liters, bring it down to the field here, and refill from that. Of course, there are plenty of options on the mod hub or things we could do. You could buy containers and such and put it next to the fields and fill it up that way. But I think using our water tanker, because I don't use it that often, the only thing I really use it for is to put water now into, well, the cow barn definitely needs it once in a while, and also maybe the sheep at some point. But the candy shop needs water, and I got to get the greenhouses back up and running at some point as well to keep on making strawberries for the candy. So I need to go over there and put water into those. Now I'm going to check here in just a moment to make sure we're putting down a double application rate, but I assume that I am, since I'm only doing 5 miles an hour putting this Slurry down. Alright, let's just double check on the map to make sure it's a double application. Let's go up to here. Here's our potato field, and whoop, too many. Turn off plowing. Oh, it needs lime as well. Yep, double application of fertilizer is being put down, but we can see this field needs lime. This field needs lime. Okay, so basically all my fields are probably going to need lime. It's going to be a busy off season for us with lime spreading and Slurry spreading. So what is actually the working speed of this? I assume it's going to be 10 miles an hour. whoops, since it's, you know, we're doing double application rate. 18 meters. All right, how about this one? Doesn't show. It doesn't show working speed. That's interesting. I mean, maybe they don't show up because they don't know if you're going to be doing single or double application. Do they show working speed on any of these kind of sprayers? That one shows working speed of 9. All right, so yeah, if it's 9 miles an hour for a single application, you know, divide that in half, it's like 4.5 miles an hour. But either way, you get the whole point. So I just used, what, 24,000 liters? We got about 250,000 liters of slurry. So we'll be using it all. But for today, we'll just go and get one more load. But I think bringing up the water tanker and grabbing 62,000 liters of slurry and bring it down to the fields, that way I don't have to keep making that many trips up here. I mean, it's not that far, but I'm just trying to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? More efficient, maybe. Yeah, that's the word. That's a good word to use. More efficient on making trips up here. Yeah, so I got probably 190,000 liters left. All right, 210,000 liters left. Yeah, something I think we used on East Vineland when I did the pumps and hoses pack is I did have a container by our grass field, and we used the pumps and hoses pack on the grass field, which was fun, but I wish they had a wider working sprayer for the pumps and hoses pack. And I was always very interested in the pumps and hoses pack because there's a farm not far from me that actually uses a system like that for their grass field. And it's very interesting to watch as a tractor goes around the field spraying the field with slurry, how the hose kind of snakes out with it. Okay, so we can see where we left off here. Does it reset? No, that's the wrong button. Nope, it stays the same, so you don't have to reset it every time, but... For a quick test, if I do this... Yep, never mind. So right there, what I did was I deactivated double application rate to see if we gained speed. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't a problem with the T8 hauling this, which I didn't think there would be, but just to be sure. So yeah, the working width is not that bad. It's, you know, I would have liked to use something, of course, in the 30 meter range for the fields that we have. But for now, money-wise and what we can afford to do, this is what we'll be doing. So the way I'm looking at it is I spent $60,000 on a slurry spreader. Every time I fill the fertilizer spreader with artificial fertilizer, I think it costs like $18,000, and I can get maybe like 3 or 4 fields done with that. So the slurry is gonna, you know, by using the slurry, I'll get my money back on it within about a year, probably, maybe 2. But we plan to be here for like 10, so. I mean, it would definitely be faster, of course, if I was up here in the New Holland 130 with the artificial fertilizer spreader, because I can spread it at 40 meters wide, which is more than double than the working width we got here. And of course, the working speed would be maybe 3 times as fast. But then I would have to do it twice. So... But I haven't sprayed slurry down since East Violin, which has been over a year ago, I do believe. Yeah, I'm thinking in the future, though, next time we do some more slurry spreading, maybe more of a time-lapse kind of a job, especially in the potato fields, because like I said, right now for the potato fields, double application rate. For the other fields, one application rate, because I can get the second application down when we use a planter. But if the cows start producing a whole bunch of slurry, and I can start covering more fields, then, maybe I'll do double application rate. But then I would have to take out the liquid fertilizer in the planter in the fields I don't want to put down another application rate, because I think if the field is if it's fully fertilized, I think the planter is still going to put fertilizer in the ground, even though it is not necessary. I was ready to say, where did I get, because we were below 1,000, where did I get some money? It must be the wind turbines doing its thing today. I mean, it should be doing its thing every day. Yeah, this is going to be a slow process. But we're using our free fertilizer finally. And of course, we still got the solid manure to go as well. And maybe in the future, I'll be using that also. Can I use the... I wonder... I would assume the solid manure might be the same way, where I can put down double application on that. So we're going to utilize the manure and slurry from the cows and fertilize our fields. Now, let's go up and get one more tanker load here, and I'll probably get this field done in between episodes. But we got plenty more here to do in August. We got 2 more veggie fields to harvest. We got parsnips and carrots. Want to get those in. That's why I'm leaving the time speed at 1, because I don't want time to advance too far. I want to get those in and the production going. And once those get up and going, then I'll speed up some time a little bit, because that way when next month rolls around, we'll have more product to sell. Fill me up again, Doc. Give me everything you got. Yeah, and then next month we should be able to sell a whole bunch of product, then keep on farming. But I think the grass field's ready for harvest. We got the 2, like I said, veggie fields we still got to harvest. The vineyard, we got to fertilize the red grapes, and that will pretty much do it for August. But still, like I said, a lot of work. Anyways, I'm going to head back on down to the potato field, get another headland done, and maybe I'll grab the big tanker and bring that down, and that way I don't have to keep making, like I said, that one trip with that tanker will be 3 trips with this, so it saves me a lot of going back and forth. But anyways, that is where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.